teaching certified for 20 years. I've been doing it, I mean, like almost 30 years. So would I be still doing it? Would I invest in it? Would I value it if I really felt that way? A lot of it is passively assisted. Does that mean bad? No, that just means that you're passively being assisted. He wanted to give passive assistance so that people could get movement, right? Yeah, that's phenomenal. That's awesome. But what if we want to move beyond that? Right? We have to, one, make sure whatever we're working has that ability to function the way it's supposed to. And if you've been bedridden, like what he was initially using it for, they're not going to have movement like they would normally have. So it's sort of bridging the gap between like the passive assistant that got people moving and sort of bridging that gap and seeing at, okay, well, once we don't have that passive assistance and we want to get that person upright, then we have to start moving away from passive assistance. And how do we do that? Well, we got to make sure that what we're, building this house on has all these different joint structures that actually work. And that's what I'm talking about, is really about joint mobility. And I guess, are we displaying and utilizing our mobility, or are we actually training for better mobility? I guess maybe that's
those are two different things. Those are just like I was saying to you. I was like, if Pilates is the mobility training, then I should be able to deep squat, and I should have bitchin' ass hip mobility just by virtue of just by virtue of having done Pilates. But I do not. And that's because I haven't trained those things specifically, and I have figured out how to mask those deficiencies by using passive resistance and by using
moving things that you know how to move.
Right, exactly. Or moving things that I know how to move.
It's just not possible. Your body cannot move something it has no idea it exists, right? So this is what. But what are we talking about? What does it all drive home to? It all drives home to joint health. Like, do you have basic joint health? That's basically all I've been trying to really, all the stuff that I've been teaching or trying to discuss in like the P's and Q's has been, end range training. Why? Because, all right, if you're using passive assistance, and that could be ground, it could be a chair, it could be a reformer, whatever, and you're stretching, that's only meeting half the mark, right? Okay, so now you got flexibility, but does that mean that you have any strength and control at that end? So my whole thing was, okay, well then start looking at just being able to hold your flexibility, not even worrying about whether or not that that joint can actually do everything it's supposed to. Just looking at that tiny one component.
If Pilates did it all, that shit wouldn't be hard. And that shit is hard, okay? That shit is
right.
hard.
You'd be able to walk into my Kinstretch and just like be bomb, right?
Yeah, no, I do Pilates,
but star student.
Everything moves perfectly. No, it does not. No, it absolutely does not. Just by virtue of Pilates, it moves better.
I feel like, for me, and what I've been trying to get people to think about, not that you have to change the way you're teaching. That's not really what I'm trying to express. I'm really just trying to get people to realize not just the, quote, prep work, but also that the Pilates is really the strength training for what you currently have.
Right.
You have right now. It might increase things a tiny bit, because obviously people see a lot of improvement with Pilates. I mean, I've been doing it for this many years and it's kept me really healthy, but I still had injuries. I still had issues. I had pinching in my hip. I woke up with sore elbows for like a year. And that's all I'm trying to get people to really understand, is that, okay, these are great exercises, but they're encompassing more than one joint most of the time, if not all the time. I want to say all the time, but I'll leave it up for maybe it's not, okay, but most of the time, if not all the time. is requiring more than one joint to be functioning, and you're moving through repetitive patterns. Even if you change the pattern, it's still you're still moving through these patterns that doesn't explore all the things those specific joints need to be able to do for them to actually be fully functional and healthy. Mm-hmm. And my point is that when we're doing these exercises, which is they're exercises, they're strengthening what you already have, what you already can move, and what you already can control, and you are trying to build on that.